Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be counting down my 5 favorite qualities for despicable villains. We're going to be getting after it with a little bit of psychology and a little bit of Harry Potter, and we're starting right now. I'm Jane, and this is Fiction Technician. There are lots of ways to write villains. You've got terrifying villains, likable villains, pathetic villains. But if what you're going after is a really hateable villain, somebody who's going to grind our gears, then I recommend you give them one of these 5 qualities. Number 5, sadism. Sadism violates our innate understanding of the importance of caring for other human beings and doing no harm. In moral foundations theory, which was popularized by psychologist Jonathan Haidt in his book The Righteous Mind, we learn about 6 foundations of human morality. Haidt thinks that these are the beliefs that we evolved in order to build flourishing tribes. When people act in line with these beliefs, it feels right to us. And when people violate these beliefs, it feels naturally, inherently wrong. We writers can use this information to our advantage when we allow our villains to violate these foundations. And the care harm foundation is one of the strongest. Not all of the 6 foundations are weighted equally for all people, but nearly everyone agrees that care harm is a biggie. Most villains will violate this moral foundation to some extent, but sadists do so with a little more relish because they enjoy causing harm, and this feels deeply, innately wrong to us. This is what makes Dolores Umbridge a character whose downfall we can't help but cheer for. Number 4, Unearned Advantages. In Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Gilderoy Lockhart has fame, acclaim, and authority that he doesn't really deserve. Unearned advantages violate another one of the moral foundations, which is the fairness cheating foundation. And when the recipient of those advantages is unaware of or unwilling to acknowledge the unfairness, it rankles a little bit more. Number 3, contempt. The contempt that the Malfoys constantly display towards people they consider their social inferiors is another way of violating this fairness cheating principle. They don't consider others to be people worthy of the same consideration and agency as themselves, and this is not only deeply unfair, it's really irritating. Number 2, abuse of power. Strongly related to the fairness cheating foundation is the liberty oppression foundation, and that is what Snape violates in his introduction in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, when he publicly humiliates Harry, who was only trying to take classroom notes. This puts us strongly against Snape and sets up the wonderful turnabout when Snape turns out to be, sort of, on Harry's side. Number 1 is coming up, but first I want to ask you to please smash the like button if this video is making sense to you and giving you value. Please subscribe and remember to ring the bell if you never want to miss an upload. Number 1, disloyalty. When Peter Pettigrew betrayed Harry's parents to Voldemort and allowed him to kill them, it not only kicked off the entire series, it also violated the loyalty betrayal foundation. As humans, we find this simply despicable. You might argue that we despise Peter just as much for his weakness, but I'd say it's really the same thing. If he were not so weak, he would not behave with disloyalty. So what about Voldemort? Why isn't he on this list? Well, we're not meant to hate Voldemort. We're meant to fear him. Hateable villains are great for characters who are going to hang out through the plot, causing lots of problems and generating emotionally charged scenes. But when it comes to a villain who's at a remove, it's often best to go for another kind of emotion, like fear. If you want to see me do a video on what makes a villain someone the reader will fear, let me know below in the comments. Check out!